I'm coming from a country where since 2001 there's like a lot of terrorism and extremism.
It's a lot of tribal animosity, it's a lot of trauma.
Having all this conflict in place, we have not been able to develop ourselves.
There is still quite a lot of racial tension and racial reconciliation that I believe needs to happen.
Family is the first community that we have. It is really difficult to be a good leader, to be a good mother, to be a good father, to be successful in whatever that we have to do, mixing with other people who are not part of our families when we are not reconciled with our own families.
I think it's crucial for future leaders to be reconcilers. Our world is fraught with fear and self-interest, and I think reconciliation necessarily leads us and calls us to look beyond our own self-interests and fears to the interests of others, sometimes and very often those others that we do not naturally get on with.
Conversations, with the Palestinians, that was great, but it was also hard for me, In the beginning, it was kind of hard because it was hard to hear the other side, what they think about the conflict, Israeli-Palestinian, the roots of the conflict from theirs, and I was really shocked.
Most of the places I go to have peace without reconciliation.
So I thought to myself, all right, if I'm a child of God, then I have to be a peacemaker. So I started to look above and beyond all the tribalism and nepotism and all this conflict that's happening in my country, and I started to become a peacemaker. I started becoming someone who looks into others as image of God.
So when I begin to pray for the other, something begins to happen, and it's unexplainable. But my heart begins to soften, and I begin to see the face of Christ in the other person.
We are seeking to tackle not only conflict, but the underlying causes that drive people to conflict. And I think that's why I'm absolutely impassioned by it, because there's a theological truth. God has done it with us. But God's gift of reconciliation to human beings is far more than that can be consumed within the church or within Christians. It overflows, it fountains out of us. It should do. And I think reconciliation is the call on every human being.